In the evening, inmates are encouraged to study. At 7 p.m. sharp, the TV turns on. They can watch it until 9 p.m., then lights out.
Fam, what's going on, man? This is your boy, the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. Today, I'm doing a reaction video of a prison in Japan. So today, we'll be getting an inside look of a prison in Japan. Let's go ahead and get to it.
We'll discover this when we go back to the Nagano prison. The prisoner's day is planned down to the minute. At 7:50 a.m., the inmates leave for work. Shaved heads, in uniform, they march in step. Then they have to give their numbers.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and already say this looks absolutely treacherous, horrible, terrible. I've never seen an adult prison where the prison guards administration made the incarceration population march. So that's crazy. But then not even seeing them being made to march, but even the officer himself marching and even calling the cadence. If you ever see any marching in America, 99.9% of the time, it's, the juveniles, it's, youthful offenders. And the person who's calling the cadence is like an incarcerated individual himself. So the fact that they got the guard doing the cadence, it kind of looks like a military, bro. So we can already see that they don't play in prison in Japan.
Work is compulsory for everyone, but unpaid. It is an integral part of a prisoner's sentence.
生活目標、体調管理をし、節度ある受刑生活を送ろう。
体調管理をし、節度ある受刑生活を送ろう。わからぬことは指示を待て。わからぬことは指示を待て。
Before starting work, they do a workout for 3 minutes. The entire life in the prison is organized around several factories of 50 inmates each. Cushions and shoes are made there to go on to be sold. Prisoners will receive a small allowance on their release. According to the management, work is necessary for rehabilitation.
社会の寛容性だとかそういうようなものを作業を通じて学ぶこともできますし、また作業を通じて働くことの喜び、こういったものを彼らに学ばせることもできるということで、やはり作業っていうものはその刑務所の中での生活というのに必要不可欠なものだというふうに考えています。
Prisoners are not allowed to talk to each other during working hours. Again, this would be an inconceivable rule elsewhere. In order to be allowed to say a few words to each other, they must ask permission by raising their hands.
Bro, this is slavery, dog. Not only, of course, they get a small percentage is what they said to get, getting paid to work, but they don't even get the money while they're incarcerated. They get the money when they're set free. So they probably don't have no commissary, no canteen. And the fact that they can't talk to each other while they're working is insane. How do y'all feel about it, man? Put it in the comments of what y'all feel like so far prison is like in Japan.
Hi.
At mealtime, the guard carefully checks the portions. They must be exactly the same.
Oh my gosh,
Except
like
for the
there's a
rice,
difference.
where the amount depends on the activity carried out. Right after lunch, the inmates are given a short break. They can read the newspaper or cut their nails. They can even talk. Then comes the best part of their day, leisure time. Prisoners have time reserved for entertainment every day except weekends. Again, they go there marching in step. The guard walks backwards to keep a close eye on the line. Inmates have precisely 40 minutes to relax. But first they have to warm up, just like at work. Then they hurry to make the most of it. They can play ping pong, or board games.
All right, so this is the most humanizing part of the prison. So far, this prison looks extremely terrible, bro. You can see like they're pretty much brainwashing at its finest when it comes to like, saying these statements and these creeds in the morning before they work, and they got to do personal training, PT, stretch, march, work without talking, small breaks. Terrible. But at least they get some rec time, bro, and they can play ping pong and some board games. At least they got that.
There is even a little TV for karaoke.
Not karaoke.
The break is soon over. It's time to go back to work, which lasts 8 hours a day. It's time for us to interview a prisoner. A 27-year-old man is brought to us. The interview takes place in an office, in the presence of 2 wardens. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison for theft. He has a year and a half to go. Despite the presence of the guards, he dares to speak out.
やっぱり会話ができないっていうのは正直ちょっと苦しいところかなっていうのはありますね。それで喋ったからといって確かに悪巧みをしてるとかいろいろ勘ぐられちゃうとは思うんですけども、厳しくするところってそこなのかなっていうのがちょっと自分なりに疑問に思ってるところですね。懲役受刑者っていうよりはちょっとした軍隊みたいな感じにちょっと一瞬思いましたね。
In the evening, inmates are encouraged to study. At 7 p.m. sharp, the TV turns on. They can watch it until 9 p.m. Then lights out.
All right, so we see that they're in single man cells. The cells, hopefully we'll get another look, but they don't look too bad. They actually got paint on the walls. They got color TV. The blankets, looks like they have multiple blankets. So this looks like an extremely small room. You know, of course, they got TV and they got some study supplies, study materials. So the cells aren't that too bad. You know what I mean? Besides, they're like single man lockdown cells where you're by yourself.
The Japanese have been used to discipline since childhood. But for foreign inmates, it's hard to take. Another Frenchman has a traumatic experience in the Japanese prison system. He has inside experience of the way inmates are treated. Mark Karpeles is 35 years old. He has a mild form of Asperger syndrome. He's also a computer genius. He was locked up for 11 months, but he decided to stay in Japan after his release.
はい、3名です。そうはないです。はい。
A good meal, a pleasure he forgot while he was incarcerated.
J'ai perdu 35 kilos au commissariat et j'ai repris 5 kilos au centre de détention. J'étais complètement méconnaissable en sortant du commissariat. Le plus dur, c'est vraiment d'attendre et d'être seul, de rien avoir à faire et de ne rien pouvoir faire. C'est être dans une cellule de 6 mètres carrés et être là assis et attendre et attendre et attendre. Ce qui est dur, c'est non seulement de ne rien avoir à faire, mais c'est aussi de ne pas savoir quand ça va se finir.
I'm wondering what he went to prison for. What y'all think he went to prison for,
This
chat?
case is a huge scandal in Japan. It starts in 2014. Mark Karpeles made his fortune in Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. But when his company goes bankrupt, he has to apologize publicly to an audience of journalists. Soon it is discovered that millions of euros have disappeared, and he is accused of stealing the money. The
Okay.
nightmare begins.
Fraud.
Ça, c'est le 1er août à 6h41 du matin. C'est le moment où en fait, les policiers sortent de chez moi, avec moi au milieu. À ce moment-là, c'est assez compliqué parce que d'un côté, j'étais entouré de policiers. Il y en a 2 qui me tiennent de chaque côté. J'avais aussi une corde autour de la taille qui était connectée à un policier derrière moi. Ils ont insisté à ce que j'ai une casquette sur la tête. Dans la tradition japonaise, c'est on arrête quelqu'un, on lui cache le visage.
Mark Karpeles spends 4 months in custody. Then he is transferred to Kosuge prison, where Carlos Ghosn was locked up. To prove that the prisoners were being treated well, the authorities opened their doors to journalists last year. There too, everything is clean and tidy. But according to Mark Karpeles, it's not the decor that drives you crazy, it's the rules. In Kosuge, the prisoners are awaiting trial. They don't work, and they're in solitary confinement.
Dans la cellule, il faut être assis au bon endroit, de la bonne façon. Il n'y a que 2 façons de s'asseoir qui sont autorisées. Donc soit à la japonaise, soit en tailleur. La japonaise,
Dang.
c'est la façon de se poser.
Chat, you hear that? Bro, they enforce you how to sit. Only 2 ways of sitting is allowed. That's crazy. How y'all feel about that, chat? Put it in the comments, dog.
Comme ça. Donc on a notre petite table ici. Et en tailleur, évidemment, je peux le faire. Hop, en tailleur, on peut se mettre comme ça. Pas le droit de parler, pas le droit de siffler ou de faire quoi que ce soit. Pas le droit, évidemment, de taper sur les murs, de faire de la musique ou quoi que ce soit. Juste le droit, donc, de rester là, d'être assis, de lire ou d'écrire. Il y a un moment, j'ai pété les plombs, j'ai donné un coup de poing contre la porte. Les gardes sont arrivés en renfort, genre une dizaine, quinzaine de gardes. Et je me suis retrouvé ficelé et transporté dans les cellules de comment dire. Ils ont une cellule spéciale pour ces cas-là.
It's an
Dang,
empty padded
bro.
cell where he spends 4 hours tied up.
He punched the wall
Then
and
he's
they
punished for 4
extracted him.
days. No more books or writing materials. Finally, after nearly a year behind bars, he is tried, declared innocent of embezzlement and released. But he is given a suspended sentence on another minor charge. Officially, he remains a guilty man. These conditions of detention do not seem to bother the Japanese. On the contrary, the prison administration is proud of its prisons. It even promotes the most severe of them, the famous Kosuge prison. With its impressive X-shaped architecture, the building is colossal.
That looks savage.
It's the last place you'd think of going for fun. And yet, once a year, the authorities organize a huge festival there. In the public space surrounding it, there are 10,000 people celebrating, just a few meters from the cells. On stage, a Japanese pop star. All day long, one show follows another. Then, visitors head to the stands set up for the occasion. Here, people can have their picture taken with a prison guard's cap.
Cute.
警察官になってみたかったコスプレ感刑務所で着るっていいとってもいいですやっぱり逮捕じゃなくて入るのいいですこれ逮捕された時のイエーイ刑務所大好き
On stage, law enforcement officers are showing how effectively they stop the bad guys. But the highlight of the festival is when visitors taste the dish typically served to Japanese prisoners, curry and rice.
That's crazy, bro.
People have to
They're literally selling prison meals to the public and people are buying them for the prison experience. That's
wait
crazy.
an hour to receive their tray. But for €3, it's worth it.
美味しいです。多分大量にいっぱい作ってるから美味しくできる。
The visitors are in no doubt that prisoners are treated well.
思ってるより中入ったらいいんじゃないかなと思いますよねだってご飯食べれるでしょ
Chat, what do y'all think? Do you think that that's the same food that the prisoners are fed? Man, hell nah, bro. They're just doing that to make it, they're trying to make it seem like they're doing a good job of, you know what I mean, housing the incarcerated population. I highly doubt it's the same exact food. They're just trying to sway the opinion of the public to be like, all right, they're not treated that bad. It's not inhumane. It's not unjust. What do y'all think, man? Put it in the comments.
あれでしょもうスモーキングがダメなのとアルコールがダメなぐらいでしょ普通に生活できるでテレビを見れるんでしょ
Well-fed prisoners, efficient police officers, and friendly guards. The festival presents an ideal prison system. Only one person is shocked by this PR exercise. We asked Thomas Savikas to come with us. This Lithuanian man spent 6 months inside the prison for attempting to kidnap his own daughter. In Japan, in divorce cases, foreign parents are systematically deprived of their children.
Why would you create a fiesta in a prison? It's a prison. What kind of brainwashing is actually happening in here is just mind-boggling. You see around, little children be enjoying the day out. It's like a park. Does it look like a park? Any kind of human rights violations is happening right there.
That's real.
He's not fooled. He knows this prison.
He's eating a tray, though. He's opposing it, but he spent money on a tray.
is almost restaurant grade curry. And believe me, in there, they do not give you this kind of curry.
All right, we're going to go ahead and close it off
Here.
right there, man. He proved the point, bro. I already seen it. It was a PR scheme, bro, PR stunt. He said, man, that is not the food that they feed you in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and close off this video, man. As I always say on this channel, bro, doing one day incarcerated away from our children, our family, and loved ones is one day too much, too long. You know what I mean? But to go to prison in Japan and outside the country at that, bro, definitely not the place to be, dog. You know what I mean? Like, we all know and think, have the assumption and like realize that, yo, like, you know, the Asian countries, bro, they're strict when it comes to law enforcement, when it comes to the penalties. They do not play. So it didn't surprise me that the administration and the prisons were just as strict. You know what I mean? So, dog, this is an encouragement to everybody watching, especially, man, my fellow convicts, bro. Just stay out the way, stay out the streets. I understand and realize and know that God has a huge call and purpose upon your life, our lives, and it's only through faith in Christ Jesus, man. So y'all let me know, bro. How do y'all feel? What are y'all thoughts about this prison in Japan? And listen, bro, it's your boy E.I. the King. This is the Incarceration Podcast. But listen, bro, I have a fire HBO style series on this channel called The Incarceration. It's a 12-year chronological journey of my 12 years in prison. It's on the full episode playlist called The Incarceration. But season 2 is coming out. But to access the season 2, you have to become an all access member to this channel. And this is a preview clip right here. Of all the places to go, every dorm on the pound being medium custody. Not supposed to be housed with lifers, with some jits, other kids who will never get out. And they might die in prison if they don't want to appeal and have a second chance back in society. I'm not supposed to go anywhere around or be housed with people with such charges, crimes, at that amount of time. But just like always, with my luck, where am I going? The dungeon. And also, if you didn't know, I am a rapper. My artist name is E.I. the King. You can find my music wherever you listen to your music at. Go to my other YouTube channel, E.I. the King. Check out my music videos. Follow me on Instagram, E.I. the King. TikTok, E.I. the King, E.I. the King Official, E.I. the King Gaming. Go to my gaming channel on YouTube, E.I. the King Gaming. Follow me on Twitch, E.I. the King Gaming. And listen, fam, we're on the journey to 50,000 subs. Right now, we're at 37K. I appreciate all the day one viewers. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. And listen, if you've done any time, bro, email me at eithekingbooking@gmail.com. That's eithekingbooking@gmail.com because I want to interview you. Y'all stay tapped in for more fire content to continue. For more fire content continuing to come your way. It's your boy E.I. the King. I'm out. Peace.